Live on YouTube. We can't go live again on Twitter due to having a premium account. I have bought some premium content so that you can edit tweets just in case you get a spelling error wrong. I don't know how many views we'll get on the YouTube, but we'll go live and we'll just see how we do. And Mill Smith Rowe has been confirmed as number 32 shirt. That is the news from what Fulham have tweeted. Yeah, so if you don't know where I am, I'm at the Estádio Algarve, just less than 3 hours before kickoff. I came here at 4 because the media entrance opened at 4. I thought I'll come here, sit in the press room, and get a lot of work done. But it turns out there's no press room. It's just the stadium. We're just here it's actually very nice. Actually, you're in the shade. We're live on YouTube. I know this won't probably get a ton of views because the channel's still growing. If we were on Twitter as well, we might have picked some stuff up because Twitter following it is quite good, and Fulham are quite interested in. If Fulham play tonight, there might be quite a bit of interest in. But we are live, and we're going to just talk Fulham for half an hour or so, depending on how long we go for. Really, the news today, Emile Smith Rowe. Obviously, yeah, get in your comments. We could actually just do a bit of a Q&A. Really, honestly, this stream is so easy going that I don't really mind what we sort of talk about as long as it's Fulham related, of course. Odds Middlesbrough plays today on Monday from Nathan. I think there's a chance he'll probably feature. I think that the importance of him getting regular first team football, building his fitness up, is very important, and I think that I think he should feature in these two games, whether it be 60 minutes here, 60 minutes there. I'd imagine he'll probably play 90 minutes in one of the games and maybe 60 in another, just to get him up to speed. It's the same with Ryan Sessegnon. We'd like to see him get some minutes, of course, back in a Fulham shirt for the first time. Very, very excited to see what Sessegnon can do. And yeah, so Smith Rowe has signed today. I'm just looking to the right of me, and there's a load of people. I think they're waiting for the players to arrive. Just a load of fans waiting for the players to arrive at the stadium. The time is 5:07, which actually is the time in England as well. There's no time difference between England and Portugal. Yeah, looking forward to this game. It should be good to see Fulham out in Portugal here. We're here for both games. We start tonight with Benfica. There's a lot. I imagine there'll be a lot of Benfica fans here. We'll probably be outnumbered. I don't even know how many journalists are here covering Fulham. It might just be me, but that will be very good fun. If you haven't subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're growing the channel day by day with lots of content. I uploaded a video earlier today when Emile Smith Rowe was announced on for Fulham, so I just went straight live with a video, and yeah, I am very much looking forward to seeing if he's going to play tonight. So let's have a look at the summer so far. Fulham have signed Ryan Sessegnon and Emile Smith Rowe, and so far so good. It's taken a bit of time. Fulham obviously were the second to last team to sign a player this summer. Liverpool still haven't. Brentford still haven't really. I mean, they signed a player on a pre-contract, then he got injured, so he's basically going to be out until the end of the year. Let's not talk about Brentford though. But Fulham have a new signing coming through soon, I reckon, in George Fuentha from Villarreal. We've also been linked with Scott McTominay, Andre, Diego Carlos. Lots of exciting names there. A comment here from Monty Maz. Glad it's been announced. Was beginning to think it might have fallen through. Yeah, I mean, we saw the pictures. We saw the images of him leaving his medical on his way to Portugal. It was basically a matter of time. I think the club were going to announce him today because obviously today is the big day of the game. And there was a situation a couple of years ago where Manol Solomon had not been announced as a signing, but he was in this very stadium on like the bench something, and the club hadn't announced him yet, but everyone had basically found out that he was a Fulham player. Excuse me, I'm just gonna have a sip of water. It's absolutely baking out here. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm just going to check the degrees. It's 33. I mean, thank God we're in. Thank God we're in shady side of the stadium because just over opposite me is the sunny side. Any sightings of a Mill Smith Road from Welly's a boy 94? Not from my end. Like I say, it's 3 hours till kickoff, just under, and all I can see is a Portuguese television company. They did a bit of stuff outside the ground, and they're now inside the ground, just pitch side. And yeah, it's a cool stadium. It's like how would I describe this stadium? It's like Gillingham meets Brighton and Hove Albion. What I mean by that is you've got opposite me, and probably I'm guessing it's the same sort of, yeah, you've got this nice like curved stand that's 2 tiers. I'm in the one here in the media in the media area, and then there's one opposite here. And then on either side, either goal, you've got you've got 2 stands with no roofs, which is fantastic because the weather's perfect here anyway. But there's no roofs, and it looks like the Gillingham away end. I've never been in the Gillingham away end, but from what I've seen on the TV, it basically looks exactly like that. Maybe a little bit bigger in this stadium. I'm not sure how much the stadium holds. Looking around, I would say probably about 25,000, maybe 20 to 25,000. So yeah, we've got a few viewers in. Obviously, we want to have a few to make this stream worthwhile. So if you are joining us, please put in any questions you have. We'll get a nice conversation going, and we can make the stream last for a long amount of time. So yeah, no press room. I was expecting to maybe have, maybe not food and drink or anything, maybe some water and coffee or something, but no room at all. But they were very nice. They directed me in the right place. The staff are very nice. They gave me the Wi-Fi. Hence, we're doing this stream right now. It's a shame we can't go live on Twitter. I need to get that figured out because we did the stream for, what did we do? Oh, fixture release day on Twitter, and that got some good numbers. And yeah, we're my friends just asked me why I'm not on the Bird app, so I'm just gonna have to let him know. So yeah, I'm gonna actually just tweet out that we're live on YouTube. I might just tweet the link if you give me 1 second. It's like breaking the fourth wall here. Basically going on. Oh, here we go. We've got a question from Christian Lydberg. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correct. Best home and away kit combo in recent memory? Yeah, for sure. I mean, it really is a fantastic. It really is a fantastic shirt. It really is. I'm so delighted with the away shirt, especially. It's nostalgic. And sorry, I'm just going to tweet out here that we're live on YouTube. So yeah, get your questions in. Talking all things Fulham. Bear with me. I probably should have done this before I went live, but hey ho, here she goes. Yes, okay. Estádio Algarve. Okay, that's all tweeted. Hopefully we get some more viewers in the stream. Okay, here we go. He's here and he's perfect. Jack Stroudley, of course. Hello, how are you? Hopefully you're doing well. What degree did you do for journalism? Who do you report for? So I did a sports business and sports broadcasting degree at University College of Football Business, which is at Wembley Stadium. From there, I got a job working for a company called Haters TV, and they cover Premier League football, and that's how I got to cover Fulham from the start, really. But the problem is that I ended up wanting just to cover Fulham, and I obviously love football and I love the Premier League and stuff, but my true love and my true heart lies with Fulham. So when I missed that United away game, I think I was telling Joe Sansom this on Jack and Joe show, that when I missed that United away game, we won 2-1. I thought that's it for me. I need to cover Fulham and not miss out on these magic moments. So yeah, that's why. So I'm working for myself. So I basically put up a subscription model on Patreon, which is £5 per month, $5.50 if you're from America, and that will give you stuff you won't see on YouTube, stuff like press conference footage and audio from every Marco Silva press conference, match day content, roundups and reaction, and not only from myself but hopefully from players and managers of Fulham Football Club. So that is a reason to subscribe to the Patreon. We're actually growing a bit of a community there now. It's slow building, but that is what pays the bills. So hopefully we can get enough subscribers to make it worthwhile, and it will take time. I'm happy to sort of bide my time and keep plugging it. It will be annoying because people will keep seeing it being plugged, but that is that's the way of the world. People have got to grind, and you've got to grind for your own hustle. Does that even make sense? You've got to grind for your own. You've got to hustle and grind to make a living, and it's a big risk I've taken because I've left a full-time role to go solo. So hopefully it pays off. Obviously, I'm not going to ram it down people's throats. If you can't afford £5 a month or you don't think it's worthwhile, absolutely fine. But I do think I offer a very unique service on that Patreon, and you'll see the fruits of that with nights like tonight, which is why we're in Portugal, which is why we're going to Germany, and then we'll be at every Fulham game of the 24-25 season. Not every Fulham game as well. There'll be some under-21 action as well. So stuff that you won't even usually see getting coverage from Fulham. I will be hopefully at Motspur Park, and I think I'm going to go to the EFL Trophy games as well. Shrewsbury, Walsall, Birmingham, because it's just interesting and it's niche content. And I think for £5 a month, I think you're getting quite a lot. That obviously is, you get YouTube videos on there as well. The link to the YouTube goes on Patreon only videos as well, and lots of discussion. There's a group chat on it as well, so everyone can ask questions and have a discussion. Yeah, I like the community that we have and we're building on Patreon. I'm going to have to keep plugging it because obviously it's what's basically going to pay the bills, like I say. So it's obviously a risk, but it's one that hopefully pays off, and I think that a lot of people will understand that I'm offering a really cool service, and I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it. So yeah, that's my journey in journalism. Any signs of Suenza or Andre? No. In fact, there's no sign of anyone really. Oh, apart from someone who's walking on the pitch. I think he's not someone of Fulham, but I think the Fulham players will arrive fairly soon and start walking on the pitch like they do, before a game, just to get a feel of it. I don't know if they do that in a friendly, but I'm sure they probably will. No one else has arrived here from Fulham in terms of the media team or anything, so I have severely jumped the gun. Jack Stroudy, how many more Thuentha aside signings do you think we'll get before the United game? Okay, aside from Thuentha, I think we'll get maybe one more. That might be a midfielder. It might be McTominay. It might be Diego Carlos. But I think we'll get one more in. I think that 4 signings before United, and then maybe another 2 or 3 afterwards would actually be pretty fun. My phone is not charging anymore because when your phone just gets like really hot and it just stops charging. So yeah, there's people shouting around here. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But Spencer's obviously a great signing. I wonder if he will be here tonight. I'm guessing he just won't be because they haven't announced him. But he's certainly someone we can ask about after the game is finished. Of course, Benfica versus Fulham tonight from the Algarve. They are streaming it on Fulham FC TV, so you can watch it, I think, for a fee. And there is it is on Portuguese TV as well. So if you want to find an illegal stream, I'm sure that is a possibility. Not that I can. I think I recommend that, obviously. No, I'm sure it'll be fine. So yeah, we're here at the Algarve. It's a very nice it is a really nice stadium. I mean, you've got the purple, white, and sort of turquoise coloured seats. Jack Stroudy might be there, but obviously not playing Solomon-esque in the Algarve a few years back. Exactly. We just mentioned that earlier, actually, about how Manos Solomon turned up to the game without the club announcing him. I think they might have learnt from their lesson after Smith Rowe today, but Smith Rowe was so on the cards. So yeah, we're very excited to be here. It is incredibly hot. I mean, it really is. I mean, I've got this water bottle, but I'm going to run out of that very, very soon. I know downstairs they had a bunch of water bottles. I'm guessing it's for the crowd that I don't know when the gates open, probably 6:30-ish. But there's a massive crowd of people to my right, just outside the ground, that's waiting for those Benfica players. Obviously, Benfica are a massive club in Portugal, so the chances of getting to see them in the Algarve is obviously one they'll want to take. Those Benfica fans, I was here 4 hours before kickoff, and there were still fans outside the ground, with a shirt stand and scarves and flags and stuff. It's all very good to see. It's quite a strange stadium because it's located almost by a motorway, and then a motorway or sort of a road or whatever. But it's a strange one. It's sort of in the middle of nowhere, but also, it's only an 8 minute drive. It was about 15-20 minute drive from where I'm staying. Actually, quite a cheap Uber in the end. Nathan with another question. Is that your second question? Yeah, it is. What's your lineup prediction for today? Well, that's a good question. Okay, so let's go with Leno in goal. I think Tete over Castagna, because Castagna has obviously played at the Euros, but he is obviously here. He is here, Castagna, I think. He must be. I don't think I've seen him on the videos, but he must be here. Centre backs will go with Bassi Diop, and then left back Robinson. Reed holding midfield with I'm guessing it will be Lukic or Kearney or maybe even Josh King, and Pereira's the 10, and then maybe Smith Rowe left, and on the right Wilson or Adama, and up top Muniz or Jimenez. I'd like to see Muniz play. I'd like to see what he's about for pre-season. And let me know how the connection is. I don't seem to be getting any bad Wi-Fi connection here, so hopefully it's all good. But yeah, we're live here. We'll be live here for the next, I don't know how, we've got so long. I mean, honestly, we've got such a long time before the game starts. I think for Monday's game, I will definitely learn from my lesson. And yeah, definitely connection's all good. That's all good to hear. I'm just going to get this link up and post it on the Telegram community so that people on the Telegram can watch as well. Link. Let's have a look. But yeah, get in your questions regarding Fulham, regarding Man United, not regarding Man United, the club, but the game against Man United. And of course, we've got 3 more games. We've got 3 more games before that Man United game. Excuse me. I mean, I really should be more prepared, but you live and you learn. Okay. That's all gone on Patreon so that people subscribed there can watch. And people who are subscribed to the YouTube channel as well. Where are we? Oh, we're on there we go. People who are subscribed on the YouTube channel, if you want to subscribe to the Patreon, it would be honestly much appreciated. I appreciate every single person that subscribes. It's a really, really, I'm really, really grateful for the support we've had so far. I say we. I keep saying we on YouTube, and I should say I, but sort of used to the Fulhamish Jack and Joe show sort of we thing, which of course is still running. Jack and Joe will be back. I think we're recording tomorrow or Sunday. We'll be looking back on this game, looking ahead to the Monday game, and that's obviously Fulhamish stuff. People have been asking me if I left Fulhamish. No way. Fulhamish has been very good to me, and it's probably the reason why I'm sat here right now. So would never leave them. Good to see the connection's good. Quick run. We've got a lot of depth in the final third now. Imagine Emil Smith Rowe, AP, Iwobi, with Adama and Wilson off the bench. Did I say OP? I mean AP. Do you think Marco's new assistant plus our new left-sided centre-back with Ryan Sess means Fulham may try new formation sometime this year? We have Adama too, remember. It's a good question because there's been a lot of debate about McTominay coming in. If we don't get Andre, we get McTominay. He's not predominantly a 6. So do we change the formation in that sense? I think there might be a possibility. Obviously, Ryan Sessegnon, is he a left winger? Is he a left back? He'd still fit into that 4-3-3 system, regardless of where he plays. But I think that Fulham will probably stick with a 4-3-3. But the only thing that confuses me is knowing that Polinia's gone and was going to not have a replacement in for him out and out as a number 6, as a holding midfielder. Obviously Fulham are negotiating for Andre, but that's taking a while. You would have thought they would have got that over the line by now if they wanted to replace him out and out. Obviously Harrison Reed can play in that position. Lukic could really drop into that position as well. But it's going to be an interesting one. Do I necessarily think we'll change from a 4-3-3? I think we change formation in game, but from the starting 11, I think it will predominantly be 4-3-3. Of course, we might even see a new formation tonight. You just never know. I think Marco might be open to it, but he is quite. Ever since he's joined Fulham in the Championship in the Premier League, he wants to play 4-3-3 from the start of games. Will the game be live on tonight? Yes, it'll be on FFC TV, and it's also you can probably illegally stream it. Yeah, this phone's just not charging up, is it? Because every time it hits 80, it just doesn't charge up because I think it's the heat. But we're in the shade, so we should be all right. I'll just put it there. So yeah, the game will be live tonight on FFC TV. I think you may have to pay £5 to watch it. Same with Monday. But yeah, it's on terrestrial TV in Portugal, or a sporting channel in Portugal. So you may be able to watch it through an illegal stream. I don't know the websites, but I'm sure someone will know the websites. But yeah, Fulham versus Benfica tonight. If you're wondering where I am, if you've just joined us, we're in the Estádio Algarve, 2 hours and 30 minutes before kickoff. I've been here now for about an hour and a half, and actually the time's gone pretty fast, to be fair. It's not been too bad. It's not been too bad. I mean, there are worse places to be. I mean, I know there are few Fulham fans in Villamora having a drink before the game. I haven't seen many Fulham fans sort of coming out for this game. There were quite a few a couple of years ago. I flew out with a couple yesterday, and then I met a couple as we were boarding the flight as well. I mean, that's 5 or 6, and I saw a few earlier in the photo that Dan Powell put up. I went out with Dan Powell yesterday. Who's winning the league and relegation in top 4? That's a great question. I mean, that really is a good question. I haven't really thought about Premier League predictions so far. Usually we talk about it on the Jack and Joe show. If someone put a gun to my head right now, I think, I mean, Man City, will they get hit with the charges? Probably, but I don't know if it will affect. Man City, I mean, this is the title chat for me. It just doesn't really get my blood pumping, but I suppose it's worth talking about. Do Arsenal win the league this year? Maybe. Liverpool probably won't under Arne Slot. Chelsea, no way. United, not near it. I put a bet on for Arsenal to win it, but it's part of an accumulator, and it was a bit of an outside bet. Let's say, will Arsenal have that? You know what? If City get hit with some sort of deduction, that obviously puts a massive, massive, massive strain on their ability to win the title. So in that case, I'll go with. There we go. I'll go with Arsenal to win the league. Someone was on the pitch. 2 people on the pitch. It's no one Fulham related. I'll say Arsenal win the league. Top 4. City in second. I mean, even City in second. You know what? The 115 charges. I mean, it's it could be horrendous for them. It could just be a slap on the wrist. I would say Arsenal, City. It's hard from there, really. It really is. Manchester United maybe in third. Another season under Ten Hag, he might get them under control a little bit. If they get De Ligt in, Mazuri, that will be a decent. Oh, there is someone on the pitch in Fulham gear actually. It looks like maybe a kit man or something. He's wearing the Fulham Mongolia black tracksuit top and shorts. So someone here from Fulham is here. In fact, everyone's here. I think everyone might be here now. Why don't we tilt that up so you don't just see up my nose? Yeah, Fulham have arrived. And someone from Benfica is also here as well in terms of Fulham have arrived. No, hold on, that's Benfica. That's Benfica. There's someone Fulham related on the pitch. There's some coaching staff, I think, from Benfica who are also here now. Sorry, I've got so distracted by your question there, Bilal, while answering your question. Okay. Liverpool third, United fourth. Let's just say that. And then going down. Oh, so tricky. these aren't finalised. This is just my thoughts now. I'll probably do a proper one when we speak with Joe on Jack and Joe. Going down will be Leicester because of the points deduction that they apparently might get. Oh, Southampton. I think the style of play is going to really catch them out. Like really catch them out. Russell Martin loves to play out from the back in the Premier League. You just get punished. We've seen that time and time again. They've signed some good players, but Saints could be in trouble. And then who else went up? Leicester, Southampton. Who else went up? Oh, Ipswich. I think it might be the three that go. I think Brentford might be in trouble. Brentford will definitely be in trouble. Brighton probably won't be as strong as they were last year under a new manager. They might be amazing, to be fair. You just never know. There's some more questions here. Let's just wrap this up. I think Ipswich, Southampton, and Leicester right now. I'll do a bit more research, and then when we get to the week of United, we'll properly sit down and think about it. Some more stuff here for those who bought the £100 membership with the home shirt. Does that include FFC TV so we can watch later? That is a great question. I do not know the answer to. I'd imagine maybe not, or maybe you can. Overseas memberships definitely get to watch the games or listen to the game. You know what? My knowledge of this is not great. I should probably ask someone and get back to you. Will Marco be speaking after the game? Hopefully. I mean, that's why basically we're here. We want to obviously grab Marco for a few minutes and really get his thoughts on his pre-season and signings and looking ahead. Interested to hear his thoughts on our pursuit of a CDM. When Marco speaks, usually things speed up. That is correct. When Marco's had something to maybe complain about lack of signings or lack of activity, things have definitely happened last summer with Calvin Bassey. That was interesting, wasn't it? But yeah, hopefully we'll speak to Marco tonight. If we don't, maybe Monday. But I really do obviously want to grab him tonight. Obviously, I want to really grab Ryan Sessegnon. That would be fantastic. But we'll see what we can get. I'm not going to be I'm going to ask questions. I'm not going to be too pushy. We've got 2 opportunities here, a third in Hoffenheim. So if we don't speak to anyone tonight, there could be another opportunity. And then, of course, throughout the whole season. And that is the sort of content you'll see on Patreon. You won't see it on YouTube. You'll see a clip of it, maybe 30 seconds, 45 seconds, which will obviously tease the clip. But that is the full video or the full audio you'll see on Patreon, which is why it's worth subscribing to if you want to get that sort of insight from myself, asking people like Marco, like the players. You just never know. I'm not going to jump the gun and assume I'm going to be talking to anyone, really. So even though obviously that is primarily the aim. With all the positivity of new signings and rumours, do you think we are still short for Man United in 2 weeks? We're not short. We're not short because 10 of the 11 that beat United are still here. And then you add Smith Rowe to that, and you add Sessegnon to that, and Thuenza maybe. And obviously, Tosin's not here. You put Diop in that team, and that's a team that beat United last season. And then obviously we've got a bench of, Adama came off the bench, Kearney came off the bench. And obviously you've got Ream. I don't know if Ream's probably going to be off, isn't he? He's not here. So we will see. We will see. We will see in terms of do I think we're still short? Not really. I mean, we have enough youth players. Stansfield is obviously back. Josh King is involved in the first team now. Pajaziti. So we're not short of numbers. Maybe we're short of first team senior players, maybe by 1 or 2. But like I say, only by 1 or 2. So hopefully we'll see 1 or 2 come in before United and Fulham are not short. Hopefully tonight, no injuries at all. It's only a friendly, so please, Benfica, just take it easy on Fulham players, and obviously vice versa. You don't want to see injuries in pre-season unless you're a Fulham fan and you see Yoro or whatever his name is, Yoro and Hoyland they won't be involved for that game against Man United. Seriously, we don't wish injuries on anyone. I think Brighton might be a surprise one, an unproven young manager. I think that's the case. That is the case. Obviously, it could go one of 2 ways. He could be amazing. He could be a flop. Or it could go 3 ways. He could be incredibly average. They finished 10th. So, Brighton's one to watch. Who's their first game against? You know what? I'm not great with the first game of the season. Oh, they're playing Everton at Goodison Park. That'd be interesting. Obviously, Goodison Park, their last year, Everton at Goodison. So they'll want to give them a send-off. Oh, I've heard that my mic is making some weird noises. I apologise. Maybe I should just take my Maybe I'll hold it like that. I mean, that could be easy, couldn't it? But yeah. God, I'm gonna have to take a sip of water. It is boiling. And not spill it down myself. Jesus. Are there penalties no matter the result tonight, like 2 years ago? Actually, I've got no idea. There might be. The club will probably tweet if that is the case. I haven't really checked my phone in a while. Smith Rowe, that's Smith Rowe talking to the press. Yeah. So if it goes to pens, it goes to pens. That'd be really fun. That would be really fun. In that case, can you ask Andre so he can say something public to hurry it up? Yeah, I mean, Andre. The thing is, Marco doesn't like to comment on players. Sorry for obviously I don't have my microphone with me. It would be much better if I did. I was actually thinking about bringing it, but I didn't feel like I would need to use it. And here we are, sat on live on YouTube. So yeah, Marco doesn't like to talk about players who aren't at Fulham. So any question of that is just going to get shut down. I mean, obviously you try because you want to get a line out of him, but I would imagine he probably won't comment on that. He won't comment on that Andre issue. He'll probably just say something like, "Look, he's not. I'm not talking about someone who's not a Fulham player." Hopefully, this audio is a little bit better. Is this the stadium of the away game against Sevilla later? Well, Sevilla's on Monday, and it's the same ground. They're playing both games at this, I'd like to say, nice stadium. It's in a bit of a weird location, but the view is very. I mean, you've got a couple of villas up there, the hills up there. There's lots of residential area. I mean, it really is a really nice area. Actually, Faro. I was just walking around it this morning and last night, and bloody hell, it's baking. It's baking hot, but it's a very nice area. Indeed. Any Benfica players you think could fit into our system and could be tempted to join by Marco? Well, a former Benfica player in Diego Carlos has been linked. I'll have to look at their lineup tonight and have a look at their squad and see. I'm not the best on Liga NOS, which is the Portuguese league, or it's called Liga NOS, I think. So we will have a look. This phone is still not charging. I mean, it's charging, but it's not going up because it's overheated probably in this heat, even though it doesn't feel that hot. Do you think Emil Smith Rowe will start today? Hopefully. I mean, it would be nice to see. I mean, even if he is on the bench, he gets 30 minutes here or there. To see him in the flesh for the first time as a fly just lands on my desk. It's not even a fly, it's like a spider fly. Insane. Yeah, we'll see if Smith Rowe starts. Hopefully he does. Someone asked me for the lineup. I'd imagine. I hope it's something like this. I mean, I might be underestimating it. We might play a few of the youngsters. Yeah, thanks for subscribing. If you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do. If you're not subscribed to my Patreon, please do. That's where you're going to see all the post-match content, all the interviews with hopefully managers and players, or the manager and players, and obviously maybe Hayden Mullins as well, under 21s manager, once we do some under 21s games. That kicks off in August. Yes. Fulham have, is it? That's like a spider's web or something like that coming down from my hat. Interesting. Fulham are playing Shrewsbury, Birmingham, and Walsall all away from home in the EFL Trophy, which is now called the Bristol Street Motors Trophy. Previously the Papa John's, once probably famously known as the Johnson Paint. I think Fulham have only been in this competition about 3 or 4 times. We went to Portsmouth actually last season, and it went to penalties, and Fulham lost on penalties after a 3-3 draw. That was a fairly good game. Fulham didn't make it through in fact, they did make it through the group, and they lost out to Wickham, I think, in the next round, who actually went on to play in the final, didn't they? Did Wickham play in the final? I'm not sure. Would you rather Andre or McTominay, and do they replace each other, or do they play different roles positionally? I think Andre would be the 6, and then McTominay would be the progressive 8. McTominay would probably play a bit further up, and there's I think they're separating out the media from the fans at the moment, just behind me. I think McTominay would play a little bit further forward as the 8, sort of box to box. That Sasha Lukic role, that Stefan Johansson role. Andre would sit in front of the back 4, and then you play either Andres Pereira in the 10 or Emil Smith Rowe. It's incredible the options that Fulham have now. And obviously, if we were to get McTominay or Andre, that would be an incredible signing. A couple of signings, but Fulham are spending a lot of money. They're splashing the cash. They may ask you to help open some of the restaurants in the stadium. Someone comments on my Patreon. I've not seen any sort of. To be fair, I don't think they're offering food to the media, so I probably will have to go down and get a hot dog or whatever they're selling here a little bit later if I get peckish. But yes, very much looking forward to the game starting. What's the time? We're 20 to 6, so we've got 2 hours to go. Some people have arrived. There's some Benfica. Staff members just down below me, and there's someone who's setting up a camera. They must be doing their own club feed. It's a shame we can't go live on Twitter today. But there are 19 of you watching, so I appreciate it. And obviously, we're just a small channel. We're obviously going to be here all season, and we're going to be making loads of content. So if you do like it, then please do subscribe and share with any friends who feel like they would enjoy the content too. Luckily, we don't have to have the sunglasses on if it's not blisteringly bright on this side of the stadium. Yeah, I've never been so hot at a game or a ground since probably Wembley 2018. That was bloody baking on the playoff final. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. We've got another question here from A, just underscore A with no profile picture. Who do you think starts on the right wing when everyone's fit? I'd personally like a new left-footed winger, really, but I've seen people put Wilson or Iwobi. Oh yeah, I forgot about Iwobi. He might play today, of course. Which I'm not opposed to. I think Fulham are set winger-wise. We've got Ryan, who can play there. We've got Willian's obviously gone. We've got Iwobi, who can play on the left. Smith Rowe can play on the left. And then Adama and Wilson. That's basically 5 wing options. I don't think Fulham. And then obviously Stansfield, who could probably play out on either side as well. And probably play up front and all along the forward line. And as a central attacking midfielder as well. We've seen him do that a couple of times with Birmingham. I think that Fulham are done winger-wise. Unless they bring in Willian for 1 more year. Oh, someone's connecting up to the speakers. I'm glad I'm not being drowned out by music right now. We're that early that there's no music. I mean, the ground's not even open yet. So there's no other media here as well. I wonder how many media people will turn up. Hopefully some Fulham staff turn up as well, because they're the people I need to talk to if I want to grab someone after the game. But yeah, it's very sparse here so far. And it said it was sold out. So I don't know whether we're expecting. I mean, there's a lot of people standing outside waiting for the players. So I'm sure when they come in, they will make some noise. Do you think you need another striker? It's difficult, actually. I think Stansfield, Muniz, Jimenez. Vinicius hasn't travelled. I think he'll go. I think we'll be okay. I think it depends, really. Muniz, a lot of pressure on Muniz to get some goals this season. Jimenez has scored a couple in pre-season as well. I think these next 2 games will be a good indication as to Fulham. Will Fulham need another striker? Good question. Chalobah, Mengi, or Carlos? Chalobah's younger and is a like-for-like replacement for Tosin. Would probably go very well with Bassi. Mengi, good player for Luton, but I don't think that's going to happen. It's all gone very quiet on Mengi. Carlos is the one that's making the most noise right now. We're already in talks with him. The experience alone would be fantastic. So I think I'd probably rather Carlos. I don't think he'd cost as much as Chalobah either. Chalobah's price is like almost 35 million, and he's been left behind on the USA tour for Chelsea. So he will probably go somewhere. I could see him getting another Premier League move, whether that be Fulham. I'm not too sure. But yeah, we'll see. It's an interesting one. Never been to an away game. I live in London, but don't mind travelling far. What is your favourite stadium to go to? What is my favourite stadium to go to? Okay, well, Spurs is great because it's just massive, but for an away fan, it's a bit of a trek. And getting out the ground in the queues, I left very very early last season once we went 2-0 down, which is a bit silly of me, but yeah. Old Trafford is great. Villa Park is great. Old Trafford's not that great actually. It's okay. Villa Park's great. I like Anfield. I think Anfield and Goodison Park. If you want to go to Goodison Park, it's your last chance to do it. I think Goodison Park's a fantastic ground. Old school, and there's obviously the Stanley Park walk between Anfield and Goodison Park is really nice. 15 minutes either side of Stanley Park. It's fantastic. But yeah, Craven Cottage is obviously the best. Wouldn't recommend Stamford Bridge at all. Emirates is okay. But yeah, try and get yourself to an away game this season or two. I definitely recommend Aston Villa, which is right at the end of the season. Brentford's nothing special. It's just a London away. It's quite easy. But yeah, I'm just trying to peer over. Nobody. Oh, no one here Fulham related. I've seen one person in Fulham attire, and he was on the pitch about 10 minutes ago. I'm going to have a sip of water because it is hot. Keep spinning it. Bloody hell. Right, 15 viewers. Look, I know it's what day is it? It's Friday night. It's it's 5:45. Most people back in England will be getting ready for a night out or going for some after work drinks. But yeah, let's have a little look at Twitter and see what everyone's saying. Everyone excited for the game. I'm very much looking forward to watching Fulham for the first time since Luton. I haven't seen Fulham play since we played Luton. I was at Kenilworth Road. But yeah. So the Patreon is the link is at the top of my homepage on YouTube. Like I say, oh, here we go. Bit of noise. Trying to connect the speaker. It's £5 a month, and you get all the bonus footage that you won't see on YouTube, like interviews with maybe players and managers and exclusives. Hopefully, obviously, as a journalist, I need to, you have to start knocking on doors and calling up numbers and trying to get a story or at least an interview, and that is part of the job now. And I've done it for a couple of years now, and so hopefully, as just focusing on Fulham, I can get those sort of Fulham scoops that everyone, all the Fulham fans, love to see and love to hear. This phone is just not charging up. We're still at 80%, and we've been at that we've been live for 42 minutes and been at 18% for about that time as well. Good question here from Ashley. Sessegnon as a left back or left wing? Would assume Jedi and Emilsmith Rowe will have those positions locked. So what do you think he fits in? On another note, can't wait to sing his song again. Yeah, it will be good to see Sessegnon back, to be fair. It really will be good. I'm really looking forward to seeing Ryan Sessegnon hopefully tonight. That'd be fantastic. He wears number 30. I think it was quite telling in Jedi's interview with the club earlier today. He basically said that Sess is going to be competition for his place. That does, point to the fact that he's probably seen more as a left back than a left winger. I personally like to see Sess higher up the pitch because that's where he can create and maybe score goals. But I think defensively, he's a good player. Obviously, Robinson only missed one game last season, so I don't want to see Sessegnon play just one game. You want to see him play a whole load of minutes for Fulham. But it's a good option. That Fulham will be involved in cups this season as well, Carabao and FA Cup. So we'll see plenty of Sess, I'm sure. And look, if he's an option, if there's injuries, if we need something different at left wing, even at right wing, maybe Sessegnon might just come on and make that difference. And obviously, if he makes an impact, any sort of impact at all, Marco will obviously favour him and put him in the team more often, which is fantastic. I mean, there have been a lot of cases where for players who you thought should start for Fulham don't start, and then they finally get their chance, they impress, and then they're in the team for the foreseeable future. Any more transfer business you know of? Well, I mean, the only one. Well, I mean, there's a few, obviously. Andre McTominay, Diego Carlos is the new name that everyone's banning around now. It was reported by Sky just a couple of days ago. People seem to be walking. Is that a queue to get in? It might just be a queue to get in, actually. It's a long, like, sort of snail-like queue, snake-like queue to either get in. Oh, you know what? I think the stadium has just opened. Well, maybe not. It's like 10 to 6. It wouldn't make sense. People are making their way over. They're running. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll probably end the stream when people start coming in the stadium, because I'm literally sat here on my own. I mean, there's not anyone here really. Everyone is below on the pitch side, and there's one guy setting up a camera just a couple of rows in front of me, supporting, working for Benfica. So yeah, Carlos is the one that is we're in talks with. Obviously, bids have been submitted for McTominay. I would like to see Fulham linked with another goalkeeper. I don't know whether Bender will be the number 2 to Leno, but yeah, obviously Leno's obviously going to be number 1, so it's a hard sell to get a keeper in. Obviously Wickens has gone now, so it's Porto who is the number 3 keeper at the moment. He's actually travelled out with the squad as well. Quite a few kids have travelled out, notably the ones Pachaziti, Josh King, the ones that we're getting excited about, Jay Stansfield as well. But yeah, Fulham. We've been going for 45 minutes. I'm not sure when to end this stream. I think it might be fairly soon. But if anyone's got any more questions or any talking points, I'm happy to stay on for a bit longer. It's not like the ground's going to start filling up anytime soon. We've got another 2 hours till kickoff. I might try and source some dinner somewhere, but I think we're okay for now. Definitely have to get some more water. It's absolutely baking out here. I think it's hot back in London as well, so hopefully everyone's enjoying the Friday night weather. Yeah, the game's on FFC TV. I think you go on the website, there is a link for it. I saw earlier today. So yeah, if you want to watch the game, I reckon it'll be a $5 or something like that. But yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. I remember Fulham obviously played here 2 years ago. It may have lost about 4 or 5-1 to Benfica. I think Ream and Tosin started that game. Obviously, Fulham are much differently the way they look now. Mitrovic scored the goal for Fulham. I think Pereira might have set it up. Is that a second Fulham member I see on the pitch? Is that a player or a staff member? They're just checking out the pitch. I must get this right. Is it Fulham or Benfica? I'm pretty sure it's Fulham. Yeah, Benfica. Oh, you know what? It is Benfica. It is Benfica. There was someone Fulham earlier. Oh, because Fulham were in black, weren't they? Benfica are wearing red. Well, in terms of the ground staff and the coaching staff. Any word on Ream move? Assuming he's on his way, he's not travelled, but it would be sad not to have a proper send off for such a legend. Yeah, I think. Oh, there are people starting to come in the ground now, just opposite me. Just opposite me, people are starting to take their seats. All Benfica fans. I think that was actually, yeah, people are queuing in to get in now. So we actually might see some people come into the ground. Ream is, I mean, nothing's materialised really with that move to Charlotte, but the fact he's been left behind might mean that they're just trying to get it over the line. Look, I mean, it's sad that he won't be here for the testimonial and whatever, but, you know, to stay at a club and not play any football for the sake of being there for 10 years, I mean, it's not much of an incentive. Rather than playing football and having one more hurrah before you retire. Obviously, he wants to be involved in the 2026 squad. For the sprinklers are on now. The pitch is getting watered. He wants to be involved in the USA squad in 2026 World Cup. He won't be involved if he plays no football for Fulham. So I can understand the move. Hopefully, we give him a send off, and he will be forever Fulham. Surely, if he moves after the season starts, he might get a send off against Leicester City, perhaps. We'll see. What do you think about all the Fulham predictions? Everyone is saying 16 to 12th, but I see us getting 9th, which will be higher than our previous 2 seasons in the Premier League, where we finished 13th and 10th. I know it'll be a lot more competitive, but we only missed 9th by 2 wins last season. That is true as well. Here comes the music. The music's on. If you can't hear me, I might have to end the stream. I mean, it's not too loud. Or maybe it is. I'm not sure. But they're playing some music now. I mean, let me know if you can still hear me. I think Fulham could finish somewhere between. I think Fulham will finish about 11th, 10th or 11th. It'll be another solid season. I'd like to think that Fulham would go that extra mile. I mean, maybe they could. It just really depends. And like I say, that you've got the top six, and you've got teams like Newcastle and Aston Villa, and Palace are getting better as well, even though they lost Elise. Fulham have lost a couple of key players as well. Bobby Di Cordova-Reid, João Palhinha, João Palhinha. Someone told me that's how it's pronounced, but don't have to say his name anymore because he's not here. But yeah, let me know if you can hear me, because now the music's on, it feels like the pre-match is well and truly underway. We have 2 hours and 5 minutes to go to kickoff. Although, that's less time. It'll be, the players will come out and train in about an hour and a bit's time. They might come out and fill the turf as well for a bit. I'm not seeing anyone on the turf as of yet, but it's 33 degrees here in Faro. It's absolutely baking hot. And there was nothing else to do really, apart from maybe do a little live stream. So I do appreciate everyone for tuning in. We'll go until an hour maybe, and we'll see, because no one's actually coming into our stand as yet. It's all the other end really. Just opposite me, there's probably about 100 people that have just come in, and there's tons more queuing up. In fact, maybe there are people coming up here now. Oh no, that's the guy from earlier. I think he's a camera operator. Also saw an article. Sorry, let's say that again. Also saw an article of an interesting interview Andreas did. Oh yeah, he did it with Dom Smith from the Standard. Like to know what you think if you've seen it. Yeah, I saw it, and saying that best decision ever to leave Man United. I think these players are on the fringes of these top six teams, and then they move on to clubs, middling in the Premier League or abroad, and they just flourish. I mean, it makes so much more sense because only the top players, the top players get to flourish for those top six teams. Can you show us a 360 of the stadium? I can't really. I mean, not really, because I'd have to turn the camera. I mean, this is probably the best I can do. I mean, it's completely empty. I can't show really unless turning the laptop around, and that's just a little bit long. Doing a great job. Oh, thank you, Anna. Thank you very much. Gracias, mi amore. Well, the music's on. The fans are coming in. This is pre-season. It's Fulham against Benfica. I feel like this would be more exciting to have to start the stream because everyone's still within the stadium. But also, we've got a nice chat for an hour, almost an hour now. So yeah, I can't quite show a 360 of the stadium. Everyone who's stuck with us throughout the stream, it's not been the most exhilarating stream, but it's nice to sort of sit down and just take stock. Okay, there are a few supporters now coming through on this end as well, but they actually have cornered off the media. The sprinklers are on. This is proper football heritage now. And we've got a new subscriber on Patreon. If Jay Riley's watching, I really appreciate it. We're trying to build a Patreon. Obviously, I'm not to get all soppy, but this is the only way, it's one of the only strands of revenue that I can make from this job. There's obviously other stuff that I do, but it's a tough world out there, and I really plunged into the deep end of doing this. So pledging £5 a month or $5.50 a month to help me and try and bring you some really good content. Honestly, it's so appreciated, and the people who have already subscribed, I can't thank them enough. It's the reason we're out here. I mean, 2 years ago, I asked my old boss if I could come out to Portugal and cover Fulham, but because of the company, they don't have much interest in non-top six teams, so it wasn't possible. And I just thought, this is something I want to do, and 2 years later, we are here. We are here at the Estádio Algarve. I'm not going to get emotional, obviously not, but I am obviously a massive Fulham fan, so this is obviously the dream job for me. There are supporters now coming in. They might actually just walk behind the camera. If so, this is the dream job. I mean, to cover Fulham, home, away, and now abroad, is something I've dreamt of doing probably since I was about, how old am I now? I'm almost 26, probably about 20 years old. I obviously I basically always thought to myself, how could I get a job and still manage to go and watch all the Fulham games? And it just so happened that I managed to make it work. And working with the media is always great. You make some great contacts and meet some great people. So yeah, there are some people who are going to be sat behind me now. So yeah, another Patreon subscriber. So thank you so much. I'll probably send him a personalised message a little bit later on. Yeah, it's apparently it's £7 to watch the game on Fulham FC TV, £7, or maybe that's converted into dollars. I'm not or wherever you are in the world. I'm not really making much sense anymore. But the sprinklers are on. There's 2 hours until kickoff. There are supporters in the ground, probably watching. Oh, so your dream job's in marketing. Well, marketing is a fantastic area of work to get into. Actually, the guy I came out with yesterday, is working in marketing. So yeah, good luck with the pursuit of your dream, mate. Honestly, it's there's so many Benfica fans here. I don't know how many Fulham fans are going to be, but we're finally not alone here. We finally actually have some company, albeit of Portuguese people. Probably will try and have a conversation with them at some point, but if their English is good enough or my Portuguese is good enough, which is definitely not. I've been learning Spanish for the last 100 days, which is, I mean, they know a little bit of Spanish in here, but they've got their own language in Portugal, so that probably won't come in too much handy. Well, we're here at the Estádio Algarve. It's only a friendly, but it's starting to sort of sink in that Fulham are about to play. And it's good to see Fulham play on a football pitch for the first time since the end of May. Luton 2, Fulham 4 was fantastic. There's someone's putting up a flag now on the pitch. Good luck with the YouTube. Hopefully we smash it today. Thank you very much for the support, and hopefully Fulham get a good result. Even if they don't, I don't think pre-season is necessarily about the result. I see it more as performance levels and fitness levels more than anything, and I think that probably is the same for someone like Marco Silva. The main sponsor of this game, this tournament, I think it's like a trophy, that the Algarve trophy, is Betano, which is like a new betting site that's sort of come into everyone's attention and during the Euros and stuff. Please gamble responsibly, of course. There's a flag being moved into the centre circle, Betano. Preparations are underway. But there's no one here of Fulham yet. We've seen a couple of people on Benfica's coaching staff just down on the side of the pitch. We haven't seen anyone yet. My phone is finally charging again, which is great to see. But we might as well go for a little bit longer. I mean, as long as everyone's enjoying it and maybe has some questions, we can keep talking Fulham. I mean, there's still another 2 hours. I'm going to log off and just sort of be on my phone for another 2 hours. Might as well talk to everyone who's watching, everyone who's supporting the channel. So first of all, well, I've said it before, but thank you very much for subscribing. I'm just going to take a sip of water. It's so hot. Teddy, with the question, any concerns with the Immersive Pro signing? Lack of recent Prem game time? Yeah, there's obviously a huge lack of Premier League time, but you think about that. I hope everyone can hear me, by the way, okay. Obviously, the music's come on, and Jack said there was a couple of mic issues earlier, so I'll just hold the mic a bit closer. Obviously, I should have brought my actual microphone. Maybe I'll bring that on Monday if we do another stream, which will probably be a little bit better audio quality, and you could actually block out background noise as well using the settings on StreamYard. What was the question? Oh, yeah. I think because of Arsenal's team and the way they've progressed in the last 2 or 3 years, Smith Rowe's basically just not got a look in at all. Hardly any minutes. So I don't have any concerns that he's got a lack of play time. I think it's a concern for me is that groin injury. Mike is fine, just trying to rub it against the beard. That's all. Maybe I should shave. Okay, I'll try and hold it reasonably like that. That should be fine. Yes, Smith Rowe, obviously, lack of game time. God, there's queues and queues of people to get in this ground. European fans do like to get in the stadium really early before kickoff, I've noticed. Obviously, English fans usually get in around half an hour, up to 10 minutes before the game, really. But Emile Smith Rowe, he's come here for frequent game time. He's going to get that at Fulham. So, I mean, I think he'll be a great signing. I think he'll score goals. I think he'll create goals. And I think tonight will be a good indication of what he can bring to this Fulham team. Really looking forward to seeing him. And I think he's just such a good signing. I think, honestly, it's such a good signing to have. A marquee signing like Emile Smith Rowe. This is a guy who's got England caps. He's won He won the England under-17s World Cup, didn't he, with Stephen Sessegnon? But yeah, lots of Benfica fans in. No Fulham shirts as of yet. Probably the only Fulham supporting person in the stadium right now. That's not the worst thing in the world. Hopefully I don't get heckled or beaten up. Forza Benfica. We have a Benfica fan in the chat. Yes, so Forza Benfica. Pedro Diaz Costa. Welcome. As you can see behind me, plenty of Benfica fans making their way into the stadium. We're just under 2 hours until kickoff. And yeah, we're really looking forward to this one. Fulham, Benfica, 3-1 win. Yeah, getting your predictions for the game. I think it will be a 3-2 Benfica, maybe. I think Benfica might have the better of Fulham today. There'll be a lot of goals. In friendlies, there's usually quite a few goals. Yeah, someone made a good point earlier about penalty shootout. I'm not actually necessarily sure if Fulham versus Benfica goes to penalties. Maybe one of the games will go to penalties. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to watching Fulham play. I've been speaking like non-stop for like an hour, which is obviously quite exhausting, but also there's not much else to do with 2 hours till kickoff. You know what? I turned up and there was I got my media accreditation. There was a long list of media, whether that be maybe camera operators or press. We'll see. But I would imagine there will be some more media turning up at some point. Any Benfica players you have your eye on who maybe we could nab? Someone asked that question earlier. I mean, my Liga NOS knowledge is probably not up to scratch with someone like a Jack J. Collins or someone who covers the league, but I'll have a look tonight. I know obviously João Neves is the main man for Benfica. He's obviously going to PSG. Even a player I'd obviously take at Fulham, but he's world class. He will be world class. But yeah, it's funny how this stream's now gone from empty stadium to, well, people are making their way in and there's plenty more people to come as well. Seems like there must be people below me as well. I'm just having a little peer. Yeah, there's a lot of photographers here, but in terms of the media press area, I genuinely think I'm the only one. There's fans with shirts and scarves and flags. First half, 4-4. No movement until Bassi scores a 40-meter worldie in the 90+8. Wow, that would be scenes. I think we want to see Ryan Sessegnon play tonight. I think that's the... Oh, there's been a... This Bassi... Diego Carlos reports is still coming out from Sky. And yeah, Fulham versus Benfica. I think it's called the Trophy Algarve, the Algarve Trophy. Fulham were in it a couple of years ago. Last season, Fulham went to America, of course. And we played Villa, we played Chelsea and Brentford. I think it's better when you go and play teams you won't play in a domestic season, especially teams like Benfica, who, of course, Champions League, Europa League sort of team, a really quality opposition. Because we're only a couple of weeks before the season, we obviously will probably see a team that will be close to that lineup against Manchester United. Of course, Sevilla as well on Monday. We'll be here for that, and then we're going to Hoffenheim on August 10th as well, just less than a week before the season starts. Benfica usually have the better of us, don't they? Yes, they did last time we played them, for sure. Lots of passionate fans here. It's good to see. It's really good to see. I don't know if it's just having a check of everything. Right. Thanks for everyone for watching the stream. Obviously, I am the only person in this press box at the moment, which is quite a bizarre. Usually 2 hours before the game, you'll be sitting in the press room, sort of on your laptop and mingling with other journalists. But there's no press room; it's just this. And yeah, of returning players, which you excited to see most, and why personally happy to see Adama get some minutes. I think it's a big season for Adama. He showed at the end of the last season what he can really do. That goal against Brighton when he went clean through was a good finish. Scored a good goal against Watford or QPR. A crowd growing behind you like it's deadline day on Sky Sports. That's so funny. Yeah, people are here and they're ready for the game. I'm excited about the prospect of Adama Traore. I really am. I don't know why this phone keeps doing what it's doing. Hey ho. Is the portable running out? Is that what it is? No, it's fine. Sorry. Yeah, Adama Traore is actually like a returning player I'm looking forward to seeing. I think he's got more to give in his second season. Just peering over, seeing if anyone's on the pitch, any players or anything. No, not yet. And also, yeah, I think Sasha Lukic, I'm looking forward to seeing Sasha Lukic. Obviously, Fulham are looking to upgrade the midfield, but I think Lukic played really well for Serbia at the Euros and was one of their standout players. It'll be interesting to see what sort of role he'll play this season for Fulham. Because he really did turn it on the back end of last season, especially against Spurs. He scored a goal. He was really good. Against Man United, really good. Like, honestly, when Paulinho was unavailable and Lukic was coming to the team, he played really well. I don't know what's going on with this phone. I think it might be a wire or something. Anyway. Just keep an eye on it just in case it's messing up. But another comment from Ashley. With all the midfielders linked, do you think Reed could be on his way too? Personally, hope not. I think Fulham will want to have plenty of squad depth. Harrison Reed obviously signed a contract almost less than a year ago now when Paulinho signed a new contract. So hopefully he stays on and sticks around because it's good to have midfield depth. He's obviously getting on in years a little bit as well. I think he'll be okay with playing a bit part role. Then again, he could maybe move to another team and get a first team start maybe. But he's still Premier League quality. And at the moment, he's my starting holding midfielder against Man United. So I think Harrison Reed is pretty key to the squad. No one here yet. 3-2 Fulham. Money Muniz with 2 goals. Let's hope. Hope everyone can hear me okay. Jason, who do you reckon will start left back tonight? Robertson instantly back in off surgery or Seth straight in after signing? I think Robertson starts. I want Sessegnon to play. I want Sessegnon to start, really. But I think it'll be Robinson. Just need to text a friend, sorry. 1 second. If I can actually spell the word correctly. Okay. McTominay and Andre. Do you think we can get both? I think we can get both. I don't know if we will get both. I'm not saying that it's one or the other, but I'm just saying in terms of financially or is it viable? Of course, if we got both, it would transform the whole midfield. It really would. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the game, actually. It'd be good to see Fulham play. Okay, so the time is almost 6:15. We are all plugged in here at the Estádio Algarve. We've been live for an hour and 10 minutes. Just basically killing time and talking to the viewers about Fulham, really. And we've gone from an empty stadium to, well, I wouldn't say half empty now, but there are people making their way in. No, it doesn't seem like anyone's sitting in the stands behind the goals. That's all empty. I think people are just at the side of the pitch. I suppose it's where you get the better view. We're right on halfway, by the way. We're bang on halfway line. We might have to peer over to see the touch line at this near side, but apart from that, it's a pretty decent view. Well, it's a fantastic view, really. I just confused as to why there's a lack of press. Maybe I'm just the only one here, which would be interesting. I do hope we can get some access after the game, though, to a player or players or the manager. We would love to speak with Marco and see what his thoughts are ahead of the new season. Of course, we haven't really heard from Marco Silva since post-match against Luton. He did a bit of an interview after João Palhinha left for Sky, but they only clipped it up for a minute. So I don't know whether there's any way you can watch the full interview, because that would be quite interesting to see. But they clipped it up for 1 minute. It must have been an interview that must have been at least 10, 15 minutes. But I haven't seen anywhere where you can watch the full thing, which is quite annoying. But it's a wonderful view. Who I think will leave the club from now? Probably Tim Ream, Vinicius, and Kevin Mbabu. I mean, Mbabu is still with the club. He's obviously not out here. I think Mbabu and Vinicius will get sold. Hopefully they get sold. If they get loaned out, Fulham obviously don't make any money from that, really, apart from maybe a loan fee. But they want to get those names off the books maybe and bring in a bit more revenue ahead of looking into bringing some more players. And those so, I reckon they could get 5 million each for Mbabu and Vinicius, really, and that's another 10 million in the bank. They can spend on maybe Tomine or Andre, getting that Andre deal over the line. Bloody hell, it's bacon. It is absolutely bacon. Everyone seems to be on either behind me or to my right. No one's going on that left-hand side. The progress of Diego Carlos is that we're in talks with him. Apart from that, there's no real update. We're in talks to sign him. It'd be another Brazilian. He obviously would be joining Pereira and Rodrigo Muniz as our Brazilian Fulham players. Obviously, probably speaks Portuguese as well, given Marco Silva. Obviously, Portuguese as well. 5 million talks for Stansfield. Yeah, it's incredibly low. I don't think we'll sell for that low. It'd be a massive shame if we sold Stansfield. I don't think that necessarily happen. I think he's out here now. I think he gets some minutes tonight or Monday or against Hoffenheim. And I think if we see some promise from Jay, there'll be a massive clamour to play him in the Premier League. Massive clamour. So hopefully Fulham keep on to Jay Stansfield. I mean, he's good enough to play in the Championship. Why he'd go to League One Birmingham, who maybe favourites to go back to the Championship? It wouldn't make any sense to me. If he has one season in the Premier League and can't quite make an impact, but he's showing signs of promise, and then Birmingham get promoted in the Championship, and then they want to sign him, maybe I can understand that. But even then, the deal would be pure profit because he's an academy product. Obviously, it'd be great for the club. Well, these guys look like they're press media. Well, maybe not. So we'll see. I'd be quite frustrated if we sold Stansfield. I think he's one of the brightest players in the academy to come out of the academy. And we'll see. This phone is just slowly making its way up and charge. I don't know why we're worrying so much about it. Should probably concentrate on the stream rather than the battery life of my phone. Welcome to the stream if you just joined us. We're here at the Estádio Algarve with Fulham playing Benfica in just over an hour and 40 minutes time. We got here insanely early. I think we'll learn that lesson for Monday's game. It's a nice cool breeze up here. We're actually getting the nice wind coming through, and it's actually very, very nice. And we're not going to be sat in the sun getting sunstroke or getting a burn in the sun. Those are people sitting on the other side. They're right in the sun. That is quite overbearing. They might be used to it being Portuguese locals. The weather here is absolutely glorious. It's full sun. No, not a cloud in the sky. Gentle breeze. I'm not a weatherman. There's just, I'm just describing the weather. Fulham versus Benfica. They have signed Emile Smith-Rowe and they have signed Ryan Sessegnon. There's no media delegator here either, so I don't even know if we're going to get a team sheet or anything like that. I genuinely have no idea what's going on, but also it's a nice new experience. I maybe expected some other journalists to be out here, maybe a Don Smith or a Peter Rutzler, but maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. Which obviously gives opportunity for myself to get a good story, and but also would have to rely on me to do a lot of legwork and sort of persist and ask questions if I can grab someone after the game. I will probably end the stream if I see some of those people around, so I'll have to have some conversations with them. But for now, no one's here. No one's here. I don't think Fulham have even tweeted that they're here either, in terms of the club. I'll just have a little look on Twitter. No, the club haven't tweeted since the interview with Emile Smith-Rowe that they put on YouTube. You can also win a signed shirt with Emile Smith-Rowe on the back. I think he's taken the number. Did I see that? The number 29. welcome to the stream. Not seen any Fulham fans here yet at all. I know that there are Fulham fans coming. Oh, there are a couple of press people in front of me. I think they're Portuguese. They're just sat in front of me. Maybe I should actually keep an eye on what's going on here. I shouldn't. Let's have a look. No sign of any Fulham media as such yet. Sorry, this must be a horrible view for you guys. I'll just tilt the camera back a little bit. Just having a gander. I mean, there's lots of cameras set up. There's 3 cameras all operating for media broadcaster, TV broadcasting. Love Matt O'Reilly back at Fulham, so I'm absolutely interested, but it would be nice to bring him home. Oh, I see my Wi-Fi is dipping a little bit. I might have to end the stream if that's the case. If people can let me know how the Wi-Fi is holding up, then that'll be interesting. I think we've been fine up to now, but maybe more people in the ground, it's overbearing, or more people joining onto the Wi-Fi might stretch it a little bit. We will end the stream if it gets to that point. Yeah, it'd be great to have Matt O'Reilly back. It was a shame that we sold him in the first place. But I don't feel like Fulham are linked or interested in his services anymore. Albeit he's a very good player. I think he could play at Champions League level, Europa League level, and Southampton. If Southampton got him, you know, he's a perfect player to play under Russell Martin. He really is. So yeah, thank you, Josh, for that question. We've got a couple of new subscribers on YouTube. If those of you, I'm going to plug it again. Audio is completely fine. Video is just a little laggy now. Yeah, I can understand that. Maybe. So I'll maybe wrap it up in the next 5 minutes. What I'll do to end the stream is plug my venture, plug my channels. YouTube. This is the YouTube channel. There'll be a lot of live streams, match reaction, stuff like that. But if you want the real stuff, I mean everything's real. If you want the juicy stuff, the press conferences and the match reaction from Marco Silva and maybe some Fulham players and Fulham staff, then head to my Patreon. The link is on my Twitter pinned tweet. It's on my YouTube homepage. It costs £5 a month or $5.50. Subscribing to that will get you some really cool inside FFC's. Yeah, there's a stream tonight on FFC TV on the website. I think it costs about a £5. Yeah, talking of a £5, it costs £5 a month to sign up to my Patreon. It's a really unique service. I'll be at every Fulham game, including pre-season. We're here. Every Fulham pre-season game, as many under-21s Fulham games as I can possibly make it to, where it doesn't clash with the first team. And we'll be there, getting match reaction, press conference reaction from Marco Silva and everyone at the club. So that's a really unique service. And like I say, it's only a £5 a month, and it will really help myself out. Not incentive-wise. The incentive is just being here. It will just help myself out, and it will be able to upgrade on equipment, upgrade on cameras and footage and microphones, just to make the content even better. I've already got a new phone to get the camera quality a little bit better. So yeah, that Patreon is in the description it's on my YouTube homepage and my pinned tweet on Twitter, and also on my Instagram bio as well. It's a £5 a month, and I think for a £5 you're getting daily Fulham content. It's a lot of content. I do think it's worth the money, and obviously you'll be helping myself out and helping me bring you all that content. It's not only for Fulham. I mean, anyone can subscribe. You don't have to be a Fulham fan, but it obviously predominantly is Fulham content. And we're here at the Estádio Algarve, Fulham versus Benfica. How long till kickoff? An hour and a half till kickoff, basically. I'd imagine at this stage you get like the players sort of coming out and feeling the turf. I don't know whether they'll do that today. I think they usually do that before the stadium opens. I'm not sure. What I do know is that I'm running low on water, so I need to go and get some water for sure. I might end it there. There'll be some more content to come post-match from this game, probably tomorrow on the YouTube channel with reaction from this game, maybe a little debrief. Maybe tonight. I think it'll be a late one tonight because obviously the game won't finish until about, well, depending if it goes to penalties either. Well, like 11 o'clock-ish, really. So, maybe 10, 11. So, most of the content for tonight will be on Patreon. Tomorrow there'll be some YouTube stuff. And then over the weekend, some more updates on basically what happens Fulham-wise. Then we'll be back on Monday right here again to cover Fulham against Sevilla. And then we go home. We rest up for a couple of days back in London. And then I'm flying out to Hoffenheim ahead of the game against Hoffenheim. So very excited, very excited. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to end it there. I need to give my voice a rest for a little bit of time. Thank you so much for watching. And, well, come on, Fulham. Hopefully we have a good game.